everyone. So, good morning. Well, I don't know if it's morning in your time, but it's morning over here. You can see it's still dark out. But I was given the idea to do an assumptions video, and I thought it would be kind of fun. So, I was a little nervous about it, to be truthful, but I was like, it could be fun. So, I asked y'all on Instagram a few weeks ago about assumptions, and I got a handful of them, so I'm just going to go through them. So, first one I got was from my friend Amy, and she says that her assumption is that my children entertain themselves quietly while you sew all day. And she's a jokester. She knows that doesn't happen.
To block her up and proceed with your project. So I hope this was helpful and not too distracting or the hot mess.
Yeah. No, they do not entertain themselves quietly. Does anyone's children, like, if your children entertain themselves quietly all day while you sew, please let me know what your secret is, what you're feeding them, because I would love to have some. So another one is, you're kind and generous and would never intentionally make somebody unhappy. And I really appreciate this one. That's very nice for you to say. I try to be as kind and as, what's the word, like when somebody, like you give somebody the benefit of the doubt. It's, like I said, it's early, but I try to do that, and the older and older I've gotten, the more I've seen how that is so important. And I've also gotten away from some influences in my life that weren't so positive. And the more I've gotten away from those influences and just kind of like I was able to go back to my true self, and like when you feel like you're living your best life, that's what I feel more and more as I get older and I get away from those sort of influences, is that like I do like to be sweet, and I do like to like I said, give people the benefit of the doubt. And like it's not uncommon for, if I feel like you're maybe have a little bit of the blues or need a little cheering up or whatever, like I'll pop something in the mail to you. It's happened a number of times. So if I have your address. But like I love giving back, and I think that it cycles around and it just makes you feel good. So thank you. I really appreciate that. So another one is that you didn't show all of your baby dresses you didn't show all of your baby dresses to your hubby when you first, gosh, it's early. You didn't show all of your baby dresses to your hubby when first dating in case it scared him off. So if you don't know, I started Heirloom sewing. I started sewing for myself back in high school, and I made a number of dresses for myself. And then that continued in college, and then in the last year and a half of college, I discovered Heirloom sewing thanks to my boss at Siemens, and I've just been diving deeper and deeper into this world ever since. And so with Heirloom sewing, a lot of the stuff is on little ones, especially when you're practicing. Like, why would you practice on yourself when you can just make this much material and waste this much and learn a lesson and move on, right? So I did have a number of baby stuff, and I would keep them. I remember I had a little wooden dresser. I still have it. A little wooden dresser that I used back in college. Yeah. And I would keep the little things in the top drawer. And I remember one day he just opened the top drawer. I don't know. He just opened the top drawer, and he was like, "Where's all these baby clothes?" I guess I just I didn't want to seem like I was crazy making baby clothes. Like, it was such, even back then when I was making all these mistakes and like whatever, it was such a passion. Like dresses for myself is a passion too, and I love quilting as well. I just love everything sewing, but Heirloom sewing was just like, there's something about it that it just, I was like, I love it. So I didn't want to think I was crazy. Like, I was senior year of mechanical engineering and way over my head with the books and everything. Did not have the time for it. So, I don't know. I just kept them up there and I didn't say anything to him. So, and he's still, like, he sees the passion. He doesn't have anything that he's this passionate about. So he doesn't quite understand it, but he knows that it's, like, it's real. I'm not just, well, I guess I am a little crazy. So, okay, another one. Oh, from the same person, Megan. So, you never sleep and are secretly a wizard, and all the rest of us are muggles. No. So, well, sometimes it feels like I don't sleep. That's true. I go through cycles, and I sort of touched on this in my Mama series about, if you have a certain project that you're working on that needs a little bit more time or something, like, yeah, I like to every once in a while get into like something that's like a huge on the hand embroidery or whatever. It takes some more time. You can't just run it through your machine and be done in a couple hours, right? So when I'm going through one of those projects, then I'll sort of I'll try to gain some more time, and that varies depending on who's what age, what their schedule's like, whatever. So if I've got a little one and they're going to bed earlier on their own, then I'll stay up later and get some hours that way. Meanwhile, like Daisy, back when she was a newborn, she demanded that I go to bed with her about, like, what was it, 7 o'clock. So we were in bed around 7 o'clock, and there was just no getting around that. And then, so what I would do, though, is that once she woke up around 2, 3 o'clock for like a nursing session, I would nurse her, and then once she went back to sleep, I would like tiptoe out of the room and get some hours that way. So it all just fluctuates on who's doing what, and that cycle. It's like I'll get to a point where my body will tell me, and I know if I get a swollen lip, I know it's a lovely looking. But if I wake up with a swollen lip, I know that I am pushing myself too much and I need to knock it off. That's my body's way of saying knock it off. And so I stop because I want to take care of myself. And I figure, I need to keep it all of them balanced. And so I'll like right now I'm in a what's the word? Right now I'm trying to sleep more. Right now I'm trying to sleep more, and I don't have any projects like that. Well, I'm choosing not to have any projects like that so I can focus on business side stuff. Okay, so this is Jessie up in Canada, my Canada mama. You would be a homesteader if things lined up right. I like some aspects of it. So here in the States, you've got different homesteaders, right? You've got the homesteaders who want to have a veggie garden and some chickens, and that's all sweet and dandy. And then you've got homesteaders who are like, I'm off grid, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I've got my chainsaw, and I'm going to mill up a log cabin, and I'm not one of those. I'm not talking bad about anybody, but I'm just so we clarify that I'm not one of those. I like my power. I'm good being up to the grid. I like my internet. So I do like the idea. She is right on like the veggie side of things. So Charlie and I, we purchased a property closer to the Asheville area, mountain property. It's gorgeous. About 2 years ago now, we were actually supposed to be building a house this year on it, but COVID got in the way, just like everyone's life, right? Nobody's world is going like they thought they were going to be in 2020. So anywho, but once that gets done, I would love to have a little veggie garden. We can't have chickens up there. It's actually part of an HOA, and that's one of the deed restrictions on it, which I'm kind of okay with. I think we might sneak bees because I think bees are so beneficial to everybody, and whatever, a little rule breaking doesn't hurt anybody. But yeah, bees are so beneficial to plants and veggie gardens and all of it. Anyway, so then I've got an assumption that says bouillons are a breeze, and now I would say that they're easy. When I first started, though, I tell you what, my finger and thumb were red, y'all. They were so red because I was wrapping them so tightly that when I was pulling that needle out, I mean, it hurt. So, and I was doing several of them, but and they were rough looking. My first bouillons were rough. And once I figured out like to loosen it up and all that sort of stuff, now I really like bouillons. I've done a number of them, and so with time and stuff, practice, you get better. So those were my assumption videos. What do you guys think? Are these fun videos to do? Should we do more of them? Let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate y'all for watching. So we hope to catch y'all next time.